Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Offsetting Penalties, where two penalties send you back 5 yards, but two people make a great show. I am your host, Big C, and it was a conference championship week, championship Sunday. Both these teams played off against each other, the Patriots and Broncos, and the Rams and Seahawks. We'll start with the Patriots and Broncos. I will hop into it and give you the quarter-by-quarter score. Patriots 0, Denver 7. Patriots 7, Denver 0 in the second quarter, halftime. The next quarter, Patriots 3, Denver 0, and then scoreless in our fourth quarter for this game. It was 10-7. Stidham had 133 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. It was about 55% on his completions, so not absolutely terrible, but really bad for him. But that's kind of what we expected.
Yeah,
Patriots do get the win.
yeah, they did get the win, and both of us correctly predicted that the Patriots were going to win this game. I thought it was going to be 24-16. I don't know. I put the score so high. I don't know. I did that, and Big C picked it to be 23-16. So we're very close for our predictions, very very close, and we're both wrong. The Patriots did win, so we both got that correct. This game was just a grueling game, you know. Both great defenses, except for like one offense was great this season, and then now so was the Broncos offense too, but they had their quarterback injured obviously, and Stidham honestly looked pretty good in his first quarter. Obviously, he got a touchdown, and it was great because like dang, they have a chance because the Patriots didn't do anything in the first quarter, then they scored a touchdown, and then it was kind of a close game. You know, it was like in that range of striking distance for any team, except for the Broncos don't take those easy field goals when they needed to, and that really killed them. And I felt like the Broncos wanted to submit more like of a aggressive stance in this game where they could have gone more passive and kick those field goals, and they would have won that game right there. They had two easy field goals right there, and they want to go for tutties. The Broncos this their season was kind of studied, like just ruined on that playoff game, and it really showed, man. And honestly, I wish it would have been more of a something happened that game, you know. But the Patriots do win, and they're not frauds. They're a very good team. I kind of wanted to diss on them though, and I know you're probably gonna say, yeah, they're bad, they're still trash. They did play. They were at home, and it was snowing, and it was in Mile High. And come on, like they did what they needed to do to win. And I know you're gonna call it kind of. I think you're gonna go on like a little bit of a rant saying like they didn't deserve it. But what do you think?
That the Patriots didn't deserve it, or the Broncos?
Uh, no, like the Broncos are so bad. The something like that. What are you gonna say? What do you
It's
think?
just
What do you think?
unfortunate. Their quarterback got injured. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
what's
But,
all right.
people have been saying the Patriots have like the easiest road ever and whatever, all that jazz. And I think it's kind of baloney only because they face three of the top 10 teams in the league. We're going into the playoffs. And I saw this, and I really wanted to pinpoint this, how good the defense for the Patriots has been. And by the way, again, we'll talk about the Seahawks later. But what I do want to say about the Seahawks right now is they allowed 27 points from the Rams. The Patriots, in all three of their games, have allowed 26 points.
Very impressive.
And these are against some of the best offenses in the league. You got Denver. I know they didn't have a quarterback. You had Texans, and you had the Chargers. Right? A lot of people say, oh, those aren't great offenses. They're more defensive. Well, not only did you win all three of those games, but you allowed less than 26 points, which is what most of the teams scored in the last couple of weeks. We've seen a lot of teams go above 26 points in one game, and they've held their defenses to absolutely low numbers. And one of the funny things is the game where they allowed the most points against the Texans is when they had the biggest margin of victory, which I think was kind of crazy. So I think that they actually have a great chance. I think the Patriots are really good. Again, they could have played a little bit better offensively. Drake May, he did what he needed to do, but it was really ugly, and I really think that he could have played a way better game. And if Bo Nix was in this game, you don't know which way it swings, but I think Denver has a way better shot. I've been
Coulda,
saying
woulda,
this.
shoulda.
I've been saying this the entire time leading up to this game. I knew it was going to be super close. Like, I literally have been telling people it's going to be within like 3 to 7 points, but it wasn't going to be close, if you know what I mean, right? Like,
Okay.
I knew the Patriots were going to win this game, but I thought it was going to be really competitive in the points. Um, and yeah, that's what happened here. I think Drake May did what he needed to do. Um, yeah,
Yep.
I think that the
That
Patriots defense was really good. in this
And
game.
that means the Broncos join the pile of defeated teams and are eliminated. So maybe next year, guys. See you later, Broncos. All right, they're eliminated. Patriots advance. Now, what I want to say to the Patriots is that, man, this team, man, can like the coaching of Mike Rabel. I can't say his name.
Rabel.
This is a whatever. Coaching of
First
that
with a
guy
V,
is
but
amazing.
it says like an R.
Yeah, Rabel. Mike Rabel. He's a great coach. That guy, man, that guy. I remember him on the Titans, and he was great, bro. He led a great team. He's a player too, so it's like this is like he understands them, and like that team just looks more like defiant. You know, it just looks so dominant. Like they just keep winning games, and I think that this is gonna be a great. I mean, they're gonna face Seahawks, and that's gonna be a great matchup because like both of them have great defenses, but also the reduced offenses are both great, and like you know, if you give a great coach. If you give a great coach, a great quarterback, and then a great defense, that's Super Bowl right there. I mean, come on, that's the contender. That's the contender. And they're on a crash course, man, for a great Super Bowl matchup. The last thing I gotta say before we leave this one is no, pretty much it. Yep. They also cool fact. Both the teams combined for under 40 total yards, which is pretty amazing, pretty awesome.
400.
400
Yeah.
under 400 total
You
yards.
said 40.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh,
But
my
you know
bad.
what else is funny? We're about to hop into the next game, but on the other side, the Rams and Seahawks both had over 400 yards and combined for 800.
Yeah, that's insane. I love it. All right, next game, we got the Seahawks and the Rams.
So, wait, so honestly, I wanted to touch on this because we're about to go over the quarterback quarter, and I'll explain what I mean after this. First quarter, the Seahawks were up 10-3, so Seahawks scored 10, Rams 3. Next quarter, Rams scored 10 and Seahawks scored 7. So going into halftime, 13-17, Seahawks up. After going into halftime, both teams scored 14-14, 27-31, Seattle up. And then going into the fourth quarter, both teams score 0 points.
Yes, that is crazy. Yes, that is true. But it was so intense in the game. It felt like it was so much action, right? Okay, now again, even though no points were scored, yes, it was so intense because even if it was so like not the points were happening, but like come on, like it was so intense because the clock was draining. Both these quarterbacks and both these teams can easily score any drives. They can easily do that. We've seen it happen before. It was great, man. It was so intense, and this game was crazy because I thought the Rams were going to win this game coming in. Both of us did. And I mean, especially, all right. Okay. Especially because I really thought that the Rams were going to win this game. Both me and you both concluded this. And it was really cool because it's like, man, like I obviously kind of wanted Sam Donald to win too because to prove you wrong. And the president, Sam Donald Trump, came out and actually won the game in front of your face too. It was crazy because all season, all playoff season too, all season everywhere. You've been constantly doubting this guy. This guy, listen, obviously I don't think he's the greatest quarterback ever, but this guy is special because if you give him a team around him, you know, offensive line is great too. That guy is great. But like, if you give the president just a line that can hold him for like just hold it over a little bit, you know, give him some pocket presence.
The president,
This guy
top
gets
10
doing it.
offensive line, the best
Yes.
receiver, one of the best receivers in the league, the best defense in the league,
Yes,
and the best
yes,
special
yes.
teams in the league, then anyone would do good in that scenario.
I don't know about that. But what I gotta say is that this guy can easily win a Super Bowl now, and now you can see it. Listen, now you can see it. Before you were like, oh, they could lose. You picked them to lose every single one of the games. Just you picked them to lose. The Niners game, the Rams game, and now, listen.
Yeah, I want you to understand this. I'm gonna say two things. One, I know that I'm gonna have to eat it right. Sometimes you don't get it right, and I was wrong about Sam Darnold. A lot of people, were on the same train as me because it felt like a very easy hot take to make because we've seen Darnold before, right? And you just didn't expect. A lot of people thought the Seahawks were good, but it was one of those things where you just have to, bet on or off, and I was off. So I'm gonna have to eat that up. But
Yeah,
at the same time, it's like, yes, I know Darnold is great. I know he's great. Right? I know he's him.
Tell me the score. Hey, tell me the stats. Tell me the quarterback stats. The Stafford to Donald. Tell me.
I was gonna say this too. I was gonna say this, but they had the exact same QB rating, and the only difference was it was 127.8 and 127.7. Right?
Okay.
They
Okay.
both had 3 touchdowns, both had 0 picks, both had over 300 yards. Stafford had a little more. And it was really incredible seeing these two quarterbacks out on the field, and they were just throwing touchdown after touchdown against each other, especially in that third quarter. And I
Yeah, that
think
was fire.
even though as good as the Seahawks were, I just thought that I would have bet the chips that Matthew Stafford was going to score in that fourth quarter, and he didn't. It
Okay.
is what it is.
Okay.
They have a great defense, but I do want to point out this because RC has been saying and been claiming that he has not missed, right? To bet on him for all
No.
this stuff,
No.
right?
No. No.
I'm
I
not
have missed
finished.
it.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. So everyone out there is watching this. If you're watching this episode, you probably watched the ones before. RC had said previously the Rams and Bills would make the Super Bowl and the Rams would win. I had said the Eagles and Patriots would make the Super Bowl and the Eagles would win. Now, all playoffs, RC has been roasting me about how, and not even on camera, but off camera as well, how my predictions were wrong. And in fact, he is not entirely wrong. My predictions, I'm pretty sure, are like 55%, like just above 500 right now. And his are like 90%, right? But both of his Super Bowl predictors are out. One of mine is still in.
But you
And
put,
I'll just say that theoretically I was more right than you.
okay, theoretically, ultimately, at the end of the day, you had a super predictor right. But then again, in the wild card round, you went like 4 for 6. Then you went in the divisional round, you went 1 for 3. So like, are you really gonna say you're better than me? I don't think so. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I would not say that.
from a certain point of view, I am. In the
Okay, okay.
grand scheme of things, I am.
Yes, but game by game, you've been wrong a lot. But well, okay,
I'm going
sure.
against you.
Sure. If you want to say that in that regard, I guess you're right since you picked the Patriots. But now the Seahawks have beaten the Rams, and you've seen Donald Trump. This guy has been great, and especially because like again that Jackson Smith and Jigba catch, but also the Cooper Cup. Man, that third down, fourth down, he had maximum effort and reached the ball over, got it over, and that play with there was crucial because if not, they missed that. They would have put it back over to Stafford, and he would have drained the clock out, and then the offense would have definitely scored me a touchdown. That they had a chance to do that, and then they got it back with like 25 seconds. They couldn't do anything with that, and no timeouts. And then like, this is a great team. Overall, great team, and I know I know you're still gonna pick the Patriots to win. I think that I don't know for certain, but here you go. Final score was 31-27. Rams get defeated, and that means, man, it's crazy how this is a Super Bowl matchup now. This is a great matchup between two great teams and
teams that didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yes, that is true. Again, this year's so upside down because like, oh man, it's like so crazy because like everything's been flipped upside down. Everything's been like the Eagles and Chiefs. The Eagles got bounced out of the playoffs first round, and the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs. And now
Watch this
Jackson,
also. Watch this also.
bro, missed playoffs. Crazy.
Fun fact. Both the 1 seeds, I'll say this. Both 1 seeds, the Seahawks didn't make playoffs last year. The Broncos barely didn't get knocked out as a 7 seed. So that's what the two Super Bowl winners of last season didn't even make the divisional, and the Eagles got knocked out in the wild card, and the Chiefs didn't even make it. And then you had plenty of other teams that, like the Bears, that didn't make the playoffs last year. The Niners didn't make the playoffs last year. What other teams? Yeah, obviously the Patriots didn't make the playoffs last year. So the entire playoffs have been completely switched around, and no one could have predicted these two teams to have gone up to this point. But the Super Bowl matchup has been set. It's going to be February the 8th, and we are going to be watching every second of it. It's going to be amazing. And you will have another episode of this podcast next week when we talk about the Super Bowl predictions next week.
All right. Well, it's been great, guys. What I want to say about this is like we've had so much fun doing this, and we're so glad you guys have been here to watch us. I mean, there's so many different like fans of different teams coming and watch this too, and I don't know any Patriots or Seahawks fans, but I mean I'm so glad like we get to enjoy this too because like football's fun, and I love doing it with my brother over here. It's amazing, and doing this is amazing because just to be blessed with this opportunity to do this pod. I thank everyone for watching, and Big C, can you hit us with that wisdom word of the day?
Of course. Our wisdom words of the day comes from Samuel chapter 2, verse 2. There is none holy like the Lord, for there is none beside you. There is no rock like our God. There you go, guys. That's the whistle. We're going to hop back into the game, and we'll catch you next week for our Super Bowl predictions. See ya.